Hey there, welcome to another episode of Blake's Everyday Podcast. So, today I did a pretty deep clean of my garage slash man cave, which is where we do our videos every night. But yeah, I was just trying to tidy it up a little bit, make it look a little bit better, and yeah, it looks a lot better. I, I, I don't know. I could kind of show you a little bit, but so like coffee table's clean now. That bar area right there, it's clean. Um, yeah, I mean, woo. So you got, I don't know. It's a lot cleaner, trust me. Even if it looks dirty now, it was a lot dirtier just yesterday. So don't be judgeful. It's a man cave. Um, those things are meant to be kind of just suitable, you know. But on to First Samuel. We ended last night at the end of chapter 10, and we are going to start at chapter 11 tonight. Not sure how far we're going to get, honestly. But yeah, I think we'll probably stop at chapter 30. Well, at the end of chapter 12, just because chapter 14 seems to be kind of going on. So, like, going on through like the end of chapter 13 transitions into chapter 14, kind of like what we had the other day. And ooh, whee, holy moly, chapter 14 is pretty long. Like when I say it's pretty long, it's pretty long. And it's 52 verses, which isn't like the longest that we've ever read, but that's a pretty long chapter. So, the title for chapter 11 is Saul Rescues the City of Jabesh. Nahash the Ammonite went up and besieged Jabesh Gilead, and all the men of Jabesh said to him, "Make a treaty with us, and we will be subject to you." But Nahash the Ammonite replied, "I will make a treaty with you only on the condition that I gouge out the right eye of everyone of you, and so bring disgrace on all Israel." The elders of Jabesh said to him, "Give us 7 days so we can send messengers throughout Israel. If no one comes to rescue us, we will surrender to you." When the messengers came to Gibeah of Saul and reported these terms to the people, they all wept aloud. Just then Saul was returning from the fields behind his oxen, and he asked, "What is wrong with everyone? Why are they weeping?" Then they repeated to him what the men of Jabesh had said. When Saul heard their words, the Spirit of God came powerfully upon him, and he burned with anger. He took a pair of oxen, cut them into pieces, and sent the pieces by messengers throughout Israel, proclaiming, "This is what will be done to the oxen of anyone who does not follow Saul and Samuel." Then the terror of the Lord fell on the people, and they came out together as one. When Saul mustered them at Bezek, the men of Israel numbered 300,000, and those of Judah 30,000. They told the messengers who had come, "Say to the men of Jabesh Gilead, by the time the sun is hot tomorrow, you will be rescued." When the messengers went and reported this to the men of Jabesh, they were elated. They said to the Ammonites, "Tomorrow we will surrender to you, and you can do to us whatever you like." The next day Saul separated his men into 3 divisions. During the last watch of the night, they broke into the camp of the Ammonites and slaughtered them until the heat of the day. Those who survived were scattered, so that no 2 of them were left together. The people then said to Samuel, "Who was it that asked, 'Shall Saul reign over us?' Turn these men over to us so that we may put them to death." But Saul said, "No one will be put to death today, for this day the Lord has rescued Israel." Then Samuel said to the people, "Come, let us go to Gilgal and there renew the kingship." So all the people went to Gilgal and made Saul king in the presence of the Lord. There they sacrificed fellowship offerings before the Lord, and Saul and all the Israelites held a great celebration. Oh wow, I was about to just go on to chapter 12 without reading the descriptions. Okay, we only have one description, I guess. So that's interesting. Chapter 11, verses 13 through 15. Saul proclaimed, "This day the Lord has rescued Israel," following their victory over the Ammonites. Saul, Samuel, and the people confirmed Saul's kingship at Gilgal. Likewise, it is often a good idea for us to go public with our commitments, so we will feel responsible for them and will be held accountable by others. Platform speeches aren't usually necessary. Generally, confiding in a few trusted friends will do, as long as they will follow through and come and confront us when we slip up. Yeah. All right. Chapter 12's title is Samuel's Farewell Speech. Samuel said to all Israel, "I have listened to everything you said to me, and have set a king over you. Now you have a king as your leader. As for me, I am old and gray, and my sons are here with you. I have been your leader from my youth until this day. Here I stand. Testify against me in the presence of the Lord and his anointed. Whose ox have I taken? Whose donkey have I taken? Whom have I cheated? Whom have I oppressed? From whose hand have I accepted a bribe to make me shut my eyes? If I have done any of these things, I will make it right." "You have not cheated or oppressed us," they replied. "You have not taken anything from anyone's hand." Samuel said to them, "The Lord is witness against you, and also his anointed is witness this day, that you have not found anything in my hand." "He is witness," they said. Then Samuel said to the people, "It is the Lord who appointed Moses and Aaron brought your ancestors up out of Egypt. Now then, stand here, because I am going to confront you with evidence before the Lord as to all the righteous acts performed by the Lord for you and your ancestors. After Jacob entered Egypt, they cried to the Lord for help, and the Lord sent Moses and Aaron, who brought your ancestors out of Egypt and settled them in this place. But they forgot the Lord their God, so he sold them into the hand of Sisera, the commander of the army of Hazor, and into the hands of the Philistines and the king of Moab, who fought against them. They cried out to the Lord and said, 'We have sinned. We have forsaken the Lord and served the Baals and the Ashtoreths. But now deliver us from the hands of our enemies, and we will serve you.' Then the Lord sent Jerubbaal, Barak, Jephthah, and Samuel, and he delivered you from the hands of your enemies all around you, so that so that you lived in safety. But when you saw that Nahash, king of the Ammonites, was moving against you, you said to me, no, we want a king to rule over us, even though the Lord your God was your king. Now here is the king you have chosen, the one you asked for. See the Lord has set a king over you. If you fear the Lord and serve and obey him, and do not rebel against his commands, and if both you and the king who reigns over you follow the Lord your God, good. But if you do not obey the Lord, and if you rebel against his commands, his hand will be against you, as it was against your ancestors. Now then, stand still and see this great thing the Lord is about to do before your eyes. Is it not wheat harvest now? I will call on the Lord and to send thunder and rain, and you will realize what an evil thing you did in the eyes of the Lord when you asked for a king. Then Samuel called on the Lord, and that same day the Lord sent thunder and rain. So all the people stood in awe of the Lord and of Samuel. The people all said to Samuel, pray to the Lord your God for your servants so that we will not die. For we have added to all our other sins the evil of asking for a king. Do not be afraid, Samuel replied. You have done all this evil. Yet do not turn away from the Lord, but serve the Lord with all your heart. Do not turn away after useless idols. They can do you no good, nor can they rescue you, because they are useless. For the sake of his great name, the Lord will not reject his people. Before the Lord was pleased to make you his own. As for me, far be it from me that I should sin against the Lord by failing to pray for you. And I will teach you the way that is good and right. But be sure to fear the Lord and serve him faithfully with all your heart. Consider what great things he has done for you. Yet if you persist in doing evil, both you and your king will perish. All right. Wow. We got quite a bit of, we got 4 descriptions here for honestly a pretty short chapter. Chapter 12, verses 8 through 11. Samuel reviewed Israel's history and described the cycle of sin, crisis, and deliverance that was evident in the book of Judges. The Israelites sinned, and the consequences led them to enslavement. Unable to shake their oppressors, the people cried out to God, admitting their sins of obedience. By accepting reality, they saw the truth for their need for God. They cried out to God, confessing their sins, to the only one who could help them, God himself. Then God provided a delivering judge to lead the people out of bondage. Whenever we recognize our need for God, we have the potential of spiritual renewal. All we need to do is cry out to God and confess our sins, and He will help us break free from whatever holds us captive. I like that. Chapter 12, verses 14 through 15. Life is filled with choices, and the Bible is filled with clear direction on how to make decisions in line with God's plan. A wise decision always takes into account whether or not we are showing proper respect for God, worshiping and serving Him as we should, or obeying His commands. A poor decision will fail to keep God's desires and requirements in focus. Following God's plan will reap positive long-term consequences. Even though it may look difficult in the short run, disobedience to God's revealed instructions will invariably lead us into bondage. Chapter 12, verse 20. Samuel exhorted exhorted the Israelites not to be afraid and to keep hanging in there. He was calling the people to persevere while acknowledging their past failure. He didn't downplay their past sin. In fact, he reminded them of it. But he also called them to escape the mire of guilt and past failure. He emphasized the positive saying, "Do not turn away from the Lord, but serve the Lord with all your heart." It is important to recognize the sin in our past, but it is just as important to look ahead to a positive future. And as the process continues, it is vital to remember that a new life is not built overnight. I like that. Chapter 12, verses 23 through 25. Samuel identified his failure to pray for the people as a sin against God. This shows the depth of his sense of accountability to God and his feelings of responsibility for the people. His spiritual maturity manifested itself in his desire to help others. He said, "I will teach you the way that is good and right." Indeed, Samuel went on to outline how the people might gain freedom, fear the Lord, serve him faithfully, and consider what great things he has done for you. Samuel concluded by warning the people of the dire consequences of refusing to obey God. We should all do well to heed Samuel's words. Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's crazy as you see America, like in today's age, well, really any of the other countries, you see all these Islamists coming in. And I was just talking to my wife about this the other day. I mean, it's just insane, man. And, there's several counts where they even say that they're going to come into America and they're going to take over and all this and that. And it's just wild, We better be ready. Mark your words, remember everything. Because we have it pretty nice and easy. But if they're telling us true, I mean, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a crazy life. I mean, you're talking about a religion that literally has no remorse with beheading Christians. And we're letting these guys come into our countries and take over and, do whatever they want. We just look at them like foreigners. That's crazy. These guys, literally, they've grown up and just, that's what they believe in, the Quran or whatever. And they don't look at life the same way. I don't know. I was watching an interview between Sean Ryan and Bryce Crawford, and I was just like, wow, yeah, 100%. I mean, I don't know. The world's crazy. We're just in the beginning stages too, and I know everybody thinks like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm 100% correct or anything, but how could we be so sure that we're the last timeline for all this? You can't be, and nobody will ever know when Jesus is coming back. But what I can say is, in my belief, I think that we're maybe, if anything, sure, we've seen some of the things happening in front of us, but we're in the beginning stages. Like, you're seeing Christians now. You're seeing all these Islamists multiplying over every country. You're seeing the Christians getting beheaded everywhere. You're seeing all this happen in real time. I mean, you look at, I believe it's North Africa, but you look at all these people that are part of Hamas and all this stuff. They're not targeting. I mean, they're targeting Jews mostly, but they're targeting Christians too. They don't want Christians. It's just wild. They want to be the majority, and it's just the beginning, I'm telling you. And eventually, Jesus is going to come back, and he's going to win. We're going to win. But let's go ahead and say prayer. Dear God, we just appreciate the safety that you've held over us today. It was a Thursday tonight. We just pray for tomorrow, pray for Friday, pray to read your word, Lord, and we just want to continue our learning of your word. And God, I know I've spoken to you several times over the last few days, and God, I just can't appreciate you enough, Lord. And I just pray that you keep my family safe, and you keep your hands over us, Lord, along with anybody that might be watching this video. Dear God, I pray that if there's any message that you're wanting me to hear tonight, I pray that you just lay it on me, Lord, and I just pray that you show me the light, and I pray that I have the strength to follow through immediately, Lord, and we love you, Lord, in God's name, amen. Wow. Again, I'm pointing that way. Why am I pointing that way? That doesn't make any sense. I swear, it's like my chair just spins. Is that like a weight thing? Here, I'm gonna put it flat. Oh, I'm gonna look like there. I'm gonna go like that. It's not spinning right now. I don't know. For some reason, I don't know. I hope you guys have a great Thursday night. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. We'll start off chapter 14, I believe. No. I don't know. Short-term memory problems. But have a great Thursday night. I will talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. I hope you guys have a great Friday during the day, and I will talk to you tomorrow night. Good night.